So I arrived in the United States last week, and the very first thing that I did was to go to the Apple store and get me one of these. This is the Apple Vision Pro. So I'll explain to you guys whether this thing is worth it. I spent $3,700 on it, including insurance. So what is this thing useful for? And also, why did I even buy this to begin with, right? Because it looks like a gimmick, sounds like a gimmick. And with my experience so far, maybe you can make a much more wiser decision. So I will start with why did I rush in to buy me one of these? And by the way, I had to do it in the US because it's not available in the other parts of the world. It's currently being sold here. So in Dubai, I couldn't get my hands on it. So I travel a lot, and basically on average, I switch countries every month. And what happens is that, I'm a trader as well. So I need a good workstation. So a laptop alone doesn't do it for me. So I kind of use my iPad, and I also travel with an extra monitor. But guess what? When you travel with an extra display, they usually break because they're part of your luggage, and the airlines don't seem to care about it. So even on this trip to the US, United Airlines actually broke my monitor, my extra display. It was in my luggage. They were throwing it around. You saw my other TikTok, it's broken. This happens a lot, but thankfully these screens don't cost that much, but it's still very annoying. But so I was looking at this, that okay, this is actually a cool way to work. You just put a goggles on and already you can have as many monitors as you want in a way, right? So that was very attractive to me. Number two, the reason I bought it was to just, as an entrepreneur, to be ahead of the curve, learn the technology where the world is going so that I can start of thinking about ideas and products I can develop for this. Because when I went to the App Store for like a demo, I could literally see that this is the future. This is where everything is going. So I wanted to learn it and perhaps start developing products or optimizing products for these for these headsets, because that's where the world is going, and more companies and people will need that service very soon. So that's just something out there you guys might want to know. Now, what is it like to be in one of these? What's my experience? Is it useful? So for one, for the things that I find useful right now is things like FaceTime. It's incredible. As for work itself, it's not perfect. I wanted to trade using it. I can set up my display, open up trading view, but most websites are not optimized for this. So if you're trying to touch things or click or tap, different buttons don't work quite well, because the way you control this thing is that you use your eyes. Whatever you want to click on, you basically just look at it and click it. And you click by doing this. So you look at the button and you click it. It's really weird when you go through it for the first time. It's the future. So most websites and most platforms are not optimized for this. Another drawback is that Apple, it's only allowing their own apps within it at the moment. So you don't get WhatsApp in it and several different apps. However, you can get your laptop monitor to be in this thing. So if you open WhatsApp on your laptop, you can be using this as your monitor. You can, like I have my monitor here right now. I can see there's messages I can read there. And then I also have another screen there with, I can have another screen there watching YouTube or something, whatever. So those kind of features are useful. But another thing that I find it really, really useful for, because it only has limited apps right now, is when I want to just think. Mostly what I do before I bought these was that I like to write on, I get my marker, then I write my ideas on glass. It's just like a whiteboard. Whereas here, I can turn on the environments that they have here, and I will literally go to a completely different place. It can be on the moon or a completely different location in the wild with the animals, and then I can take a walk there and just think clearly with the bird sound. Like when you turn that on, the environment, you turn it on by basically using this button here. You literally go there, like you go to that place and you feel like you're there. The sound feels real. You literally feels like you're in the middle of an ice mountain. if that's the environment you're in. So I've been using that for meditation, not really meditation, but just like deep thinking, where I don't want to be distracted. I want to go in a different place, and that has been working for me. Another thing that I find quite useful is obviously things like calls, FaceTime. It really feels so immersive. But another favorite thing that we have here is movies. So because I travel a lot, I hate sitting on long flights, just like anyone else, bro. I don't want to be on a flight for 16 hours. Yeah, if you travel business or first class, it might help, but it's still a shit experience. With this, I now have the whole world where I can just log in, and basically I can like watch a movie and feel like I'm in the best cinema, best seat in the world. 3D movies, you can watch Avatar and all that kind of stuff. So I love that feature because now my flights are not going to be the same anymore. I can fly economy and feel better than the guys sitting in first class because I have this whole thing hooked up to me. But other than that, it's kind of scary where humanity is going. If you think people are so, these days, a lot of people complain about we don't pay attention anymore. Everybody's selfish is on their cell phone and we don't socialize. If you thought cell phones were making us to be less social, wait until you feel this. Because I'm looking at you right now. I'm looking at my phone in front of me. But in front of me, they're between layers, right? Because you have a lot of depth. I have multiple windows open. I have my notes over there. I have something else over here. I got YouTube over here. I got notes. I got pictures over there, right? Yeah, I got a capture system over here. So I have like multiple apps running around, and you don't even know it, that someone can be in the room, in the house with me, and I can basically just zone out and forget that I'm in the house with people. So I don't know how to feel about that, or most people at least care, but I think it's just where humanity is going. You just have to adapt to it. So that's my experience with the Apple Vision Pro, and I will be making more content around it and stuff like that. If you want to see more, you can follow me. And yeah, let me know what are your thoughts about the Apple Vision Pro. Ciao.